Hello everybody, I have my Lego Titanic here. It might be a bit hard for you to see, but I was just about to say that, but Mum zoomed in the camera. Anyways, I want to show you 4 things that James Cameron missed out in the Titanic movie. So the first thing is the SS Californian. It's a pretty famous ship, but it's also a very tragic ship. It didn't sink or anything, it's just it didn't decide to help the Titanic, and he left it out in the film. I have talked about the SS California in a different video, but we're going to talk about what he did in the film to do it. So, in one of the films, we can see in one of the scenes in the film, as probably one of those scenes where the bow is like dipping under the water, we can see in the distance of that scene there's a flashing yellow light. And some people say that yellow light in the distance on that scene is the SS Californian flashing back to the Titanic as it was going down. Except all James Cameron did in the film was just, a yellow light? Like, why? Like, we don't see the people on board the SS California. We don't see the ship. All we see is just a yellow light in the distance. What's the point? Why do you include just? So yeah, that's what he did. All he did, instead of including the whole ship and all the people on board, all he did, yellow light. That's all. Second thing is that Violet Jessop. Now, Violet Jessop is a very famous woman. She survived all 3 ship disasters. She survived the collision on the Olympic in 1911. She survived the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. And then she served as a nurse in 1916 on the HMHS Britannic, Titanic and Olympic's sister ship. Now, Britannic was the deadliest and the most hardest one to survive for her, because when she didn't, since the Britannic sank in 55 minutes, which is actually less than an hour, she didn't have time to board a lifeboat, so she jumped into a lifeboat. And then we know what happens, but yeah, she almost got killed by the propellers, and she also barely survived, but the only thing that saved her life was her thick hair, and that saved her from consciousness and probably her life as well. And then she was picked up by a boat, and then the boat was picked up by the rescue ship, and then as Britannic was going down. So she's also very fascinating. I don't know why James Cameron included her, but I think I might know the reason, or well, one of the reasons why he didn't include Violet Jessop. Since Violet Jessop was also in the Olympic and the Britannic, and his film was about Titanic, not the Olympic and Britannic, he probably didn't want to include her because the Olympic and the Britannic, she was just too good at. Titanic, she just, I don't know. I'm very confused myself as to why James Cameron didn't include Violet Jessop. Except the one reason is that she probably was just too much for James Cameron. She probably didn't want to include Violet Jessop because it will probably make the book and the movie way too long. So that's probably why he did it, to make the movie and the book shorter. Number 3, the Titanic second class staircase. Now, I'm pretty sure in the film, in one of the scenes, we can see like the outside, like the base bit on the outside of the second class staircase, but we don't see the inside of it. All we see is when we go to like the stern part of the ship, all we see is just a box, a house, like a box with just white yellow light inside. Like we don't get to see second class people like open the door, come inside, and we get to see camera shots of the second class staircase. All we see is just a box with yellow light inside. Like where's the second class people even? Where? Just where? And number 4, the final thing, is second class, the bow bit as well. Now, I don't know, we definitely see a lot of first and third class in the film, but when you actually watch the film, you're like, where's second class? Like, it doesn't make sense. We only get to see rich and poor, no middle. And that's the same for the second class stairwell and this dining room in the bow. Because on real life Titanic, if you go towards the bow, you can only do that if you're a second class passenger. If you go to the bow, open the doors, walk down the stairwell, turn a corner, you can see a massive dining room, which is just amazing. There's also I don't think there's any photos of it in real life that's on Google, but yeah, it was just this massive dining room that was very fancy, very amazing. But I don't know why James Cameron, he didn't even include the whole bow. Like, he showed the outside of the bow, but like inside, and one of those interiors inside the bow was the second class dining room. Don't know why he didn't even include any of the bow, just the outside. So, but that's the 4 things. The SS Californian, who for some reason was just a white light, a yellow light in the distance, which doesn't really count. Violet Jessop, I don't know why. It was probably going to make the movie a lot more longer and confusing. So I guess he cutted her out to make the movie a lot shorter. But it would have been very nice to include Violet Jessop. It really would have. And then number 3 was the second class stairwell. Like, why did he not even include second class people? Like, we need second class people for the interiors. You can't just show the interiors if there's not even any people there. And 4, also from second class, the bow dining room. But that's the 4 things, and I also really hope you enjoyed. Now, you can just rewatch the video many times, because I was talking really fast, and I was also confused myself. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.